Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and our today's topic is pair of linear equation in two variable. So let's start first with the word equation mean. Equation means if I am writing 2x plus 7 is equals to 0. That means this is my equation where my x is variable, 2 is my coefficient and 7 is my constant term. As the word says linear. Linear means my variable is having its greatest power as 1. When you are not given anything above your variable, that means its power is 1. And two variable means if I am using my equation 2x plus 3y plus 8 is equals to 0. So for this equation, I am using my two variables, and that means I am using two alphabets x and y. So this is considered as two variable. Its power is 1. X is also having the power 1, degree 1, and y is also having its degree as 1. So it becomes linear equation. Now what does this pair mean? Pair means if I am given two equations, that means another equation say 5x minus 7y minus 8 is equals to 0. So this becomes my first and this becomes my second equation, and these both equations are given me to solve. Okay, for solving we are given this two equation. This becomes a pair. So for pair of linear equation, it can be written in such format. It can also be said that its standard form for writing this is a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0. Now you will say, what is this a1, b1 and c1? So for this, if I am considering my first equation, this 2 becomes my a1, this positive 3 becomes my b1, this positive 8 becomes my c1. That means the coefficient with my variables will become automatically, any number with x will become my a1, any number with my y will become b1, and the last constant term will become my c1. Same way for the second standard form, a2x plus b2y plus c1. For second equation, my 5 becomes my a2, minus 7 becomes my b2, and minus 8 becomes my c2. Okay, this 5 becomes my a2, minus 7 becomes b2, and minus 8 becomes c2. And this can also be written in this standard form. Okay, now for solving this type of equation, we are given three methods. First is graphical method, second is substitution method, and third is elimination method. In this video, we are only going to learn about graphical method. For next video, we will learn about substitution method and elimination method. Okay, so for today, we are going to learn graphical method. So what is this graphical method? Take a look on this box structure. I have taken few example. First example is x minus 2y is equal to 0. This is my first equation. And second is 3x plus 4y is equals to 20. Now this says a1 upon a2 equals to not to b1 upon b2. Now what does this mean? So for example, I am taking this equations x minus 2y equals to 0 and 3x plus 4y minus 20 equals to 0. Okay, so as I taught earlier, what is our a1 for this case? 1. What will become our b1? Minus 2. And what will be our c1? It will be 0. Same way for the second equation, a1 is equals to 3, b1 is equals to 4, and c2 is equal, sorry, ba2, b2, and this c2 becomes my minus 20. Okay, now as this comparison shows a1 upon a2, that means for a1 upon a2 I can write it as 1 upon 3. Yes, for b1 upon b2 I can write it as minus 2 upon 4. Sure. For c1 upon c2 I will write it as 0 upon negative 20. Now, as my condition says, my a1 upon a2 should not be equal to b1 upon b2. Okay, so my first answer is 1 upon 3, and this answer can get cancelled into smaller versions like 1 upon 2 can be written because 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. So I got it as minus 1 upon 2, and my last c1 upon c2 I will get 0 upon negative 20. Is my a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2? No, it is not equal. So it will not be equal. So that means my a1 upon a2 is not equals to b1 upon b2. Neither it's equals to c1 upon c2. That means what type of graph it will form? It will be forming a intersecting line graph. What will it form? It will form a intersecting line, and it will have a unique solution. That means it will have one and only one solution. Okay, let's take have a further look on this type of graph using this example. We are given over here a example x plus 3y is equals to 6. So let's first solve this. If I am taking the value of x, so I can write it as 6 minus 3y. Yes, sure. If I am finding the value of x, make a box. We need to find only two solutions. So I am making only two boxes. First one becomes my x, second becomes my y. So for my value of y, I am taking as 2. Suppose I am taking my y value as 2. What will I get the value of x? 6 minus 3 times 2. Okay. So x is equals to 6 minus 3 twos are 6. 6 minus 6, I got my x value as 0. Yes, I got my x value as 0. Substitute it over here. Yes. Now for second, again my x is equal to, I am taking my second value of y as 0. Okay, so now I'm taking my y value as 0. So 6 minus 3 times 0. So I will get my x is equal to 6 minus 3 times 0 gives you 0. So x will become automatically 6. So I got my value of x as 6. Yes. Now plot this in your equation. Okay. For x, this we have learned earlier in earlier videos how to plot a graph in Cartesian coordinate video. You can see that video for more knowledge. For x, I have given 0. That means this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, this is my first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. For x, it's 0 and y, it's 2. That means x is 0 and y is 2. That means it will be plot over somewhat over here. Okay, round it off. And the second says x is 6 and y is 0. That means for x-axis I will got 6 and y as 0. That means I will get my point somewhere over here. Okay, with the help of line, draw a straight line. Okay, draw a straight line passing from this. Done? Yes, it's done. Now for second equation says 2x minus 3y equals to 12. If I make the equation, what will it become for y? So it will become 2x is equals to 12 plus 3y, and x will become 12 plus 3y upon 2. Now for this also make two box. Make two box over here. Name it as x and y. Okay, so for finding x we need to take somewhat value of y. If I take the value of y as minus 4, okay, I'm taking my y as minus 4. Substitute this. X is equal to 12 plus 3 times minus 4. So wherever I will see y, I will substitute minus 4 upon 2. So x becomes 12 plus minus gives me minus 4 threes are 12 upon 2. 12 minus 12 will becomes 0 upon 2. That means my answer for x becomes 0. So my answer will be 0. Again, now take the value of y as negative 2. So again for this equation, x minus 12 plus 3y upon 2, I am taking my y value as minus 2. So x will become, x is equal to 12 plus 3 into minus 2 upon 2. So 12 plus minus minus 3 twos are 6 upon 2. 12 minus 6 gives me 6 upon 2. 2 threes are 6. So I will get my answer as 3. Now for this also plot your points in the graph. For x is equal to 0, my y is minus 4. For x 0, my y is minus 4. That means it will come over here. And for my x is equal to 3, that means my x is equal to 3, my y is equal to minus 2. That means somewhat over here. Okay. Now with the help of a line, draw a line passing between these two. Okay, as you can see over here, when I am drawing my graph, it is intersecting at one point. That means they will have one intersecting point as in common. So this equation shows that when my two equations are solved, that means this is the graph for x plus 3y is equals to 6, and this graph is for 2x minus 3y equals to 12. When I will solve this graph, I will get my graph as intersecting line. Understood? Now moving ahead, we are having another type of graph as well. Second equation says 2x plus 3y. Okay, it's 2x plus 3y. Let me clear this page for you. Okay, so now second says, let me write it over here. My second says 2x plus 3y minus 9 equals to 0, and second equation is 4x plus 6y minus 18 is equals to 0. Okay, so now let's start with the first step. A1 upon, what is my A1 for this case? It's 2. What is my B1? My B1 is positive 3. My C1 is negative 9. Same way, A2 is equals to 4, B2 is equals to 6, and C2 will be equals to minus 18. Now put it in upon form. That means A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2, and C1 upon C2. Okay, write it in this format. 2 upon 4, then 3 upon 2 upon 4, 3 upon 6. Okay, and minus 9 upon minus 18. Now convert them into smallest version. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. This negative negative get cancelled. 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18. That means your final answer is 1 upon 2, 1 upon 2, and 1 upon 2. As you can clearly see over here, my A1 upon A2, B1 upon B2, and C1 upon C2, all three of them are equal. That means it will form a coincident line. What does a coincident line mean? Coincident line mean if my graph is in such format, my another graph will also be the same manner. This type of graph is called as coincident lines. Okay, this graph will becomes coincident line. And what types of solution does it have? It will have infinitely many solution. As earlier we were having only one point as in common, like we have seen over here by the graph that we were having only one intersecting point, but for such graph we will have infinitely many equal points, infinitely many solutions. Okay, so moving on to our next question, next graph, which says third equation is x plus 2y minus 4 equals to 0, and 2x plus 4y minus 12 equals to 0. So now follow the same step. First of all, write your A1 1, B1 is equals to 2, C1 is equals to minus 4. Same way, write it over here. A2 is equals to 2, B2 equals to 4, and C2 equals to negative 12. Convert them in A1 upon A2. That means A1 upon A2 will be equals to 1 upon 2. B1 upon B2, that means it will be equals to 2 upon 4. And C1 upon C2, that means it will be equals to minus 4 upon 12. So as you can see over here, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. My A1 upon A2 is equals to b1 upon b2. Okay, my a1 upon a2 is equals to b1 upon b2. But my third case, it will become 4 ones are 4, 4 threes are 12. That means it will become minus 1 upon 3. My a1 upon a2 is not equals to c1 upon c2. That means my third condition is not fulfilling. Okay, so this type of graph we will have a parallel line graph. What type of graph? We will have a parallel line graph. Its graph will be in parallel format, and they will not have a single meeting point. That means they will never intersect each other. That is why we got the graph as parallel lines. Okay, and you should remember that only the unique solution, one and only one solution graph can be solved. Infinite solution and no solution graph can't be solved. You can only solve the equation which is having all of the a1 upon a2 should not be equals to b1 upon b2 and should not be equals to c1 upon c2. Then on only then you can solve your equation. Okay, this is called as graphical method. You can try it out and you can practice it more so that you can get a clear idea about it. So for that you can take the screenshot of this box and you can learn it by heart. Hope you enjoyed and you understood. For the next substitution method and elimination method, join again. Thank you so much.